Welcome to Inside View. I'm your host, Joel Metzger, and joining me on the show today is Stacy Johnston, who's the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce for Calaveras County, and Sherri Reusche, who is a recently appointed board member to the Chamber, among many, many other things in the county. Welcome. It's nice to have you both on the show.
Thank you.
So, there is a ton going on with the Chamber of Commerce and a lot of momentum and community getting involved. And it sounds like the direction is really healthy and kind of exciting. Is that a fair characterization, Stacy?
Yes, definitely very fair. We're excited to be embarking on our new year with 2015, behind us. We have great things in moving forward in 2016 and beyond. And so we're excited. I can speak for our board. We're excited to be a part of the direction of the Chamber and to begin engaging our businesses and our community.
And Sherri, you just recently were appointed to the board.
Yes.
And so tell me, why do you want to be involved with the Chamber? What is it about the Chamber that attracts you?
Stacy had invited me to come to the board and actually do a presentation for Delta College, and they were so receptive and so wonderful and just excited about that possibility and creating a workforce here in Calaveras. So I had texted her and said, hey, how do I get involved in this? And so we've already done a strategic planning meeting, and we've had our annual dinner, and it's been a great experience.
That's wonderful. I mean, Stacy, how often does someone kind of say, hey, I'd love to be part of your organization, instead of, hey, would you be part of my organization? It seems like that really shows the momentum is really there. We're going to get into a couple events, and I just want to touch on what they are and where they are, and then we'll talk more about them later. But what do people need to know about?
About the upcoming events?
The upcoming events.
So I'll let Sherri talk about the 2016 Job and Career Resource Fair. Just after I do this, March 1st, we've actually partnered with the Calaveras Enterprise to bring a digital marketing seminar. It's here at the hospital, and it's free to attend. We really want to give businesses that boost in their business, and working with social media and other avenues of marketing to, bring more business to more awareness and visibility to their business. So we're excited about that and the Job and Career Resource Fair.
So we have Delta College and Columbia College that are partnering together to have this job fair, and it will be on March 10th at the Town Hall. And we have 9 businesses that have stepped forward so far that are going to be there, but we also have our fire and our police, and we're going to have as many businesses as we can that have current jobs available and also that may just want to give some information. CCWD is coming. We have a lot of them coming just to kind of say, hey, this is how you get involved in this kind of line of work.
Okay, and what was the date on the first one that you mentioned?
It's March 1st.
March 1st, and it's held at the...
At the Mark Twain Medical Center classroom. Here in San Andreas.
Okay, awesome. So if people want to be involved, those are 2 excellent events that they could attend in the near future here. And we're going to go into more detail on both those events. But before we get there, in case someone in the community hasn't met either of you, I would love to just give a little bit of background. And let's start with you, Sherri. I know you've been in the county and you're involved in so many things, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I've been here about 19 years. So I'm almost a resident. I can say that I'm from Calaveras. I have 2 children that attend Calaveras High School, and I'm a CUSD board trustee, along with the fact that I work for Delta College, and my passion is education in our community.
And what is it that you do for Delta College? I
am actually the liaison, so my job is to fill the classes, get the teachers, and get classes that are here that our students can take.
And so I know that there's been a big push to work more closely with Delta, and some of the supervisors have been involved in that. How do you feel about how that relationship is right now with Delta and Calaveras County?
I think it's a great relationship, and it's a great partnership, and we just keep moving forward. And we haven't filled the classes quite as much as I would like, but they're moving. And Columbia has made a really big push also in opening up their new Vallecito site, and they have a water class that they're offering at the high school that's filled. So it's good. It's a good thing.
Excellent. And Stacy, what about you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I have been here pretty much my whole life, in and out in my younger years. But for the past several years. Prior to the chamber, I owned and operated my own in-home daycare for 20 years. Allowed me to raise our children at home, and back in 2014, September of 2014, I came on with the chamber as the executive director, and I have not looked back. It's been one of the most rewarding positions for me. It's a lot of hard work, but I'm very passionate about our communities of Calaveras County, and I feel honored to be in the position I'm in right now to, just to help move us forward.
So take us back to fall of 2014 when you first started. How did you come to be in that position? Were you recruited, or did you kind of see that there was an opening and you said, hey, I think I could do that?
Actually, I found out that the position was available, and immediately I said, no, there's no way I can do that. The day that I actually found out, I had my apron on. I was baking chocolate chip cookies with my preschool children in the comforts of my own home, and I immediately just kind of set it aside. No, there's no way I would qualify for that. And then I began to really kind of do some soul searching, and I prayed. I thought, if God opened this door, let's see what happens. And so I kind of moved forward with that, and went through the interview process, submitted my resume, and now here I am a little over a year later.
Has it been kind of a whirlwind, a couple of years or so? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But all good, and I look at it that, some of the greatest achievements, and I'm not even talking personally, I'm just talking as a whole, you have to overcome a lot to really fill those. And as a chamber, we've really grown a lot, I believe, in the last year, and all to the credit of wonderful board members who are really stepping up and raising their hand, and committing to this mission and that we're on. And I have a great team surrounding us, and we have a fabulous office secretary, our little Sarah Cunningham, who has come on. We hired her. It'll be a year in March, and so she's just been wonderful for our chamber as well.
So where is the Chamber of Commerce located in Calaveras?
So we are on Main Street in San Andreas, 39 North Main, just below the Black Bart. All
right, and so that's kind of the brick and mortar. And what does the Chamber of Commerce do in a county? What are the responsibilities?
Well, I can tell you what our mission is now, is to, we want to service our business community. And if we are supporting our business community and helping to foster and grow their businesses, then that in turn helps our county. It trickles into the communities, it trickles into our sister communities, our sister counties. And so that's the mission that we're on right now, is to foster a healthy business climate. And so with that, we're stepping away. The Chamber has purposely stepped away from certain events that were very successful in the past. But as with anything, as time goes by, those needs change. And so we've had to step back and reassess what we feel we need to be presenting to our community, not just our members, not just chamber members, but to the community as a whole. And so we're focusing our events on resource and education and things that businesses can literally take and apply and implement and help to better themselves.
So, Sherri, what have you seen kind of from the outside looking in, and now you're part of the chamber? What's kind of your perspective on how the chamber has kind of evolved over the last couple of years?
Well, it's turned upside down, which is good for the good. And, with Stacy as our executive director and with our president, Nikki Stevens, make sure that I don't forget her name. I'll get in trouble later. But they've just really created just an environment that is welcoming for businesses and excited. And just in my conversations with businesses and people, they're like, oh, we need to join the chamber and we need to be involved. And it was great to see the turnout for our annual dinner and just people just excited and positive and going to the mixers. And it's exciting to be a part of.
That's amazing. And I know that people would pay dues to the chamber. That's kind of how it works, right? Mm-hmm. And so the business would have to say, okay, I'm paying this much, and what am I getting? And so they're always kind of, you're small business, you probably have a pretty thin margin. Is this worth my money or not? And so it sounds like you're trying to really target what would be useful to these businesses. Like you said, you can just grab it and use it instead of maybe things that might be a little bit harder to just use right away. Is that kind of the direction?
And we recognize that being a member and paying it's expensive, and we don't want to ever minimize that. And so it was important for us, again, to step back and make sure that our members are receiving the benefits for their dues. We have to be relevant to a business. If we're not, we're serving nobody at all, and it's important that we as the chamber embody and support our local business associations. So every community has an organization of some sort that represents their community. So it's important that we play an active role in supporting their efforts. We don't need to come in and hold events that another community is already holding successfully. We need to come in and support their efforts.
Got it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So like the Valley Springs Business Association or Angels Camp or Arnold, all of those existing business associations. And have those relationships really gone really well so far?
Yes. So I can speak personally. It just made me feel like a proud mama, so to speak. I said, last year at our annual dinner, we had in attendance just barely 90 individuals. This year we were at about 140. And represented in that was a member from just about every organization, business association. And so that was a very exciting moment, just because it shows that there's trust being built again and relationships are being built. And that's very important. Mm-hmm.
So you attended the annual dinner just recently. Can you tell me, where was that held?
We were at Greenhorn.
At Greenhorn, okay. So that big, beautiful, that's an amazing location. Yes. So 140 people squeezed in there? Whoa, okay.
I sent emails, updates. We were at 100. We projected 100. Then we did a count. It was at 121. And then the final number was 141, and it was like, okay, we have to cut off here.
Yeah, this is capacity.
That's a good problem to have, though.
That is. So what happens at an annual dinner? What's kind of on the schedule for that?
Well, the nice part is you basically have a big mixer because everybody gets to talk and socialize and so forth. And then we had fabulous food, of course. But then we also got to honor our businesses and Citizen of the Month and small and large and nonprofit and all of the awards that go out and get to kind of highlight the people who've gone through the leadership class and then the new board and everybody was introduced. So it was a great evening.
So I wanted to give some shout outs to people who won the awards. So tell us who the grand winners were.
So we were extremely honored this year. We had some great nominations submitted, which is also very positive. When you have so many that you have to really take time and your committee has nominations to look through. That's wonderful. So we did a community recognition award within that category, and that went to the Calaveras County Fairgrounds for their amazing work through the Butte Fire. We did a Citizen of the Year that went to Polly Cinder, well deserving. She was just so sweet the evening of, and she's been a lifelong resident here, and I cannot say enough about her. Our Professional of the Year went to Lori Giannini, again, for her role in not only the Butte Fire, but just what she brings to our county through the fairgrounds. Entrepreneur of the Year went to Country Girls Ice Cream Parlor in Valley Springs. They are a wonderful little ice cream parlor down there, and I encourage anybody to go. Our nonprofit of the year went to Mind Matters Clinic. Well deserving. The services that they provide are amazing. Small business of the year, and that is determined by 10 or less employees. So that is our small business of the year, and that's Country Cliffs. And then our business of the year, over 10 employees went to Sender's Market. So
the Senders did well.
They
Poly
did.
Sender and Sender's Market. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. So it's kind of neat to recognize
Absolutely.
these groups and businesses in the county, and that's part of what the chamber does, is kind of bring attention to success and good works. You mentioned mixers. That seems like something that is kind of a neat networking tool and just brings people together. So how do the mixers work, Sherri?
So
she's new to the
I'm
mixer
new.
world.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't put you on the spot. If Stacy, you want to tell me about the mixers, that's fine.
come on.
So our mixers are a great networking opportunity, and they're typically held the third Thursday evening of the month, and we go throughout the county to different businesses. Exciting to say that our 2016 mixer calendar is filled. We already are working on 2017, and so it's about an hour and a half. We start at 5:30 to 7 o'clock, and it's just a very high energy opportunity to meet fellow business owners, to meet members of your community, and it's to build relationships. Who better to refer somebody to than somebody you know and that's in business? And so we just like to provide those opportunities.
Okay, yeah, so great thing. And all this information, you can kind of keep up to date on chamber activities just by going to the website. Social media as well?
Yes, we have a Facebook page. We have our website. If you want to get on our email list, you can get a hold of us. We'll add you to the list. And
Okay, awesome. So there are a couple events that you both mentioned at the beginning of the show. Which one's coming up first?
So the first one is the digital media seminar.
Okay, so let's delve into this a little bit and really let people know why they would want to attend this event.
So this event, as I stated, we're co-hosting with the Calaveras Enterprise. And basically it is just to give that extra boost to businesses that have not maybe even, had the opportunity to explore digital marketing. And so Daryl Hively, and I'm going to read some of my notes just because he has some great things that he's bringing. He's a founder and CEO of Guarantee Digital. He's been in this industry for many, many years, so he's coming with a great deal of expertise. And he'll be covering a plethora of topics. And so we really encourage the community to come. If you're just wanting information, come. It's free. Free is good. And so we've set aside a 2-hour window on the morning of the March 1st, and we want it to be interactive. Come and walk away with some great knowledge.
So digital marketing, I'm thinking of things like advertising on different web pages. Would social media fall
Yes.
in this as
Yes.
well? Okay, so maybe Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, things like that.
Yes.
And so these are all kind of more modern ways of marketing, not traditional, like maybe a newspaper ad or a flyer or something of that nature. What do you think the rate of businesses using digital marketing is right now? Do you think we're kind of behind the curve, or?
And you might know better with that too. I do think that we are, and I can speak personally, and Sherri will laugh with this. This is a new world to me. It really is, and so it's something that I've never needed to learn, really, in my world of daycare, only to a certain extent. And so, for new businesses that may be intimidated by the thought of digital website, anything like that, I can speak for that population. But once you get into it, it's definitely not intimidating. It's an encouragement for your business, and so we want to equip a business with the tools they need for today's marketing.
And from what I have heard about digital marketing, it's a little bit less expensive than some of your traditional. I mean, Facebook is pretty much free except for your time. Websites, it seems like you can go onto these website creators. You can almost do it yourself. And then you're hitting all these people, and everyone seems to be Googling you. So if you don't have a website or social media, you're kind of missing out on this huge portion of people. So I imagine that this gentleman's going to kind of go over the importance of all those things.
What the benefits are.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, so you both talked about what can we give our businesses that they can just use. After they hear this, they can probably create a website or a social media, maybe even that same month. I mean, who knows? That's excellent. And then, Sherri, you are the expert on the other event that we're going to talk about today. So tell us about the Job and Career Fair.
Sure. So our anticipation is that somebody can walk in with their resume. We will have people there to kind of look over your resume for you, help you out. Motherlode Job Training, I've been talking with them about maybe doing some training on resume building before the event, and talk about, how you should dress and what you should say and how to do an interview and how to get back into the workforce. So that'll be great to have. And then, so we anticipate having businesses there. Some will have jobs to offer. I know that some of the bigger employers are looking, our fire, our sheriff's department, our school district, they're all looking for people. So they will come and take your application right there, set you up for an interview, and which is wonderful. And that's kind of what we want to do. We want to hit everybody we possibly can who's looking for a job, or if they need to change careers, maybe talking. We'll have Delta there, we'll have Columbia there, if they want to get into a different vocation or start a vocation. So we're excited.
So it's not just I want to get a job today. It's also I'm ready for a change. I might need to do some additional education. So you have those opportunities there, just information about what's out there in the county. And I didn't realize that fire and schools and that there are jobs available.
Yes, there are.
Wow, that's exciting.
It's very exciting.
Because I always hear, I can't find a job in the county, right? So if they're out there,
and
that's
the sheriff's
great.
Department, I think, last I had heard that they have 11 positions open.
Wow, 11 positions.
So we're really looking for it. So
wow, okay. So is there sort of a disconnect between the businesses who need employees and then the workforce? Is there some sort of a divide that needs to be bridged? Is that part of what this is doing, or? It
feels like there's a divide, and I think we're trying to bring it all together. I know that our county has been through a lot with the Butte fire, and I know that there are a lot of people out there who are struggling, trying to get back into life, and I know that there are people who are just trying to figure out to find a job locally, and they don't want to have to drive out of town to do that, and so or commute, and so this would be a great opportunity.
So we just talked about this digital marketing, and then I'm hearing about this divide. I just think, is there any way that maybe sometime down the road there could be some sort of a digital interface between businesses and employees in Calaveras County where you could actually connect these businesses with their employees? Is that something that might be a possibility down the road, or?
Sure. Oh, I think so.
Who knows?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who knows? Take advantage of that technology and put it
Exactly.
together. Very cool. So when again is this event happening?
March 10th.
March
At the San
10th.
Andreas Town Hall.
San Andreas Town Hall. So plenty of space there. You won't have the constraints. If you can have 140, you can have 500 people
Exactly.
there. How many people tend to go to these type of things? What kind of turnout are you seeing usually?
For the job fairs?
Yeah, well, for these events, whether it's this one, are we talking like 15, or do we have 50?
We've never had a job fair before.
We never had a job fair. Okay.
Not to this magnitude, with all the resources that will be available. And what's exciting about this event is it's we're taking it to the next level. Providing the table talk sessions, I think, are wonderful. So actually engaging participants in letting them ask questions and having a professional in that field address those issues or those concerns. So this is about connecting, and I think that's a huge benefit, is making those connections. And so I'm anticipating a really good turnout. We've had a really good response to it. Same with our digital marketing seminar. We were limited on space at the hospital, so I think we're gearing towards 30 attendees, and I believe we're halfway filled right now. So
excellent. You also mentioned, I want to make sure we fit this in, that the board had worked with you to kind of set a direction and like some principles, was it, or goals? What are some of those, the main things that people should know about that
Well, first and foremost, that the chamber is here to, serve our members and our community. And how do we do that? And so we are creating committees, public relations, government relations, education, which is huge. One of our main goals is supporting the Calaveras Leadership Project. That was identified this year as a Calaveras Business Resource Center, which, without divulging too much about that, is, for lack of a better word, huge for our county. It just really is. And I get excited when I talk about it just because of the opportunities, the possibilities are endless through this center that will be coming to our county.
Somewhere in Calaveras County, and this center is going to provide what, basically? We want it to be a one-stop shop, basically. So for an existing business that needs support, education, any counseling, business counseling, we will cover that. For a new business, a potential new business that wants to come in, they can come in and get information that may encourage their business, or they may realize, that's not really the direction I want to go, which I think is important, that we provide that information and those resources. We will have some wonderful technology that we want to bring in. There's just a lot, and I can't really. It's too early, right? So maybe we'll have to have you back.
It's early, but it's not. So it's just right around the corner.
Where does funding come for something like this? Where does that come from?
So the leadership, the chamber, in collaboration with another organization and with the Economic Development Administration, the EDA, are applying for a large grant that will fund this project. And so, we're working on that.
Is that a sure thing? Are we hoping it is?
We're praying,
okay.
But like I said, we have a great team of individuals that are working for this because we know how much Calaveras County can benefit from this.
That reminds me of what Tuolumne County did. I don't know if it's the same thing, but they kind of have the economic development. They have a funded position, and they try to really provide a lot of support for their businesses. Are there some similarities between what you're trying to put together and some of the things going on in Tuolumne?
So we're actually working very close with the Tuolumne County Economic Development Authority, Larry Cope. And he's been wonderful in guiding us and supporting our project. And we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We see somebody or an organization who is doing something successfully. So I think it's important that we draw from that, and the things that are working, we implement that. And like I said, we have a win-win for Calaveras County coming.
So glad you both could come on the show. I'm so happy to hear the momentum is going in a positive direction. And I encourage everyone to find out what's going on with the Chamber. Visit the website, call, get involved. And thank you both so much for making the time.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining me on Inside View. I'm your host, Joel Metzger, and I hope you join me next time.